Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty
and justice
for all.
Please be seated.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's morning show. I'm your host, Christian Domboski. If you missed the spectacular art exhibit this week, not to worry. The visual art students did a great job and we got some footage of their work to prove it. With Memorial Day approaching, we thought it was important to go over the history of the holiday. Here's George with more.
Memorial Day has its roots dating after the Civil War and was initially known as Decoration Day. One way people commemorated the casualties after the Civil War was to decorate the headstones at Arlington Cemetery. Southern states would celebrate on different days because they felt that the holiday was for Union soldiers. Memorial Day wouldn't be used to commemorate all American soldiers until after the Great War, which marked their true reunification of America, and didn't become a federal holiday until 1971. Of course, many Americans feel strongly about this holiday.
I think that Memorial Day is really important because it's a day we get a chance to honor those that we lost in battle. And I think sometimes we lose that. We think about the beginning of the summer, which is a great thing. But I think it's important to remember those who sacrificed, who made the ultimate sacrifice to help our country. And especially in the time we live in, and obviously the wars we've had for a lot of our students their whole lives. I think it's important for them to kind of reflect upon that and realize that a lot of people made that sacrifice, so they could live in the country they live in.
And sometimes we lose the bigger picture as to what the holiday is all about. The holiday isn't for us to decide whether or not the U.S. fought a good war or a bad one, but to recognize the sacrifices that our armed services made because of what they believed in. Memorial Day is celebrated on the last Monday of May and unofficially marks the beginning of summer. As always, take care, Hopewell, and remember to thank a veteran for their service.
Earlier this month, classes of Mr. Bello and Mr. McGinley went down to the Vietnam Memorial in Homedale.
The New Jersey Vietnam Memorial, which we travel to every year, Mr. Bello actually coordinated this trip since I've been here and worked with him on it. I think it's an awesome experience because we talk about the Vietnam War, and Vietnam is a really controversial situation, controversial war, and we can explain it and we can show them video clips, and I think that helps. But when they actually get to meet the vets, they actually get to meet the men who fought in the war, and to hear their stories, it makes it personal. A lot of times in history we deal with numbers and figures and events, but when you actually talk to someone who was there and experienced it, it makes it different. And I think for myself, every year I go back, I learn something new. I learn about maybe the personal situation of a person, but I think for the students, it makes it personal. It makes it a connection, something that's tangible to them. And the value to me is, you can't describe or identify.
Some people see this weekend as the unofficial kickoff to summer. So, we want to learn more about your favorite summer movies.
What movie are you most excited for to come out this summer?
I'm ready to see Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. I'm probably going to go see the new Star Wars movie, Solo. It's coming out pretty soon. I'm pretty excited for that. Or The Incredibles 2. That one's really exciting.
What's the best summer movie of all time?
Jaws, without a doubt.
Probably Jaws.
It'd have to be Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days.
I would have to say The Sandlot.
It's got to be High School Musical too.
This week's Bulldog Buddy belongs to Grant Sherman. This is Will. She is a 1.5-year-old coonhound. She loves treats and getting her ears rubbed. Her ears are very big. They are about the size of her whole head. She can even use them as a blindfold. She loves to bark and sometimes it gets annoying. Her brother, Snickers, is a 3-year-old Jindo Australian Shepherd mix. He's a cute little dog who can be very funny at times and loves to do weird things like going under trees and sitting down awkwardly. In the end, they are both good friends and love each other. Can you name this week's movie mystery?
It's too bumpy.
We'll have to walk from here.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Me and the TV crew would like to thank all veterans for their service. See you next week.